Okay, my intro.
Yeah.
So I was on Brunasso's. Were you on Brunasso's call this morning?
Uh-uh.
But they like do this whole thing like ready, set, action. Hey guys, it's blah 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 from Team Brunasso or whatever. And I'm like, okay, I don't think we're ever gonna get to that point. Kind of doing the most. But anyways, okay. Introduction. All right, so I am not a professional at Sunnova. I've sold a handful in the last week or two with Sunnova. I like using Sunnova instead of Sunlight or GoodLeap because of their rates. They are way more competitive, and I will show you live as to why it is. But yeah, I'm not completely perfect with it. I'm still kind of ironing out some of the details myself, but this should be kind of a good place to start when building a Sunnova proposal. So what I do is you go in the portal and probably just going to have you just read off the info for me live. So I'm not kind of, because usually I just go back and forth between Sunnova portal and the solo just to make sure that the information is all correct. So what is the address?
400 Lake Davenport. Davenport. D.
Davenport.
Yep. Davenport Circle. First one right there.
Okay. There we are. Yep. Okay. Select contract type. This is solar. Don't ever pick retrofit because I believe that's just battery and we do not do that. Verify address. Just click on the address. Verify contacts, Judith. And then it's going to ask for email and phone number. What's the email?
Richard Cowan, 2004 at Yahoo. AN, not EN.
And love it.
That's all right.
Phone number?
629 215 6840.
6840. So to anyone watching this video, that is Richard's actually phone number. So do not try to call or email and try to steal the deal. Richard will come after you.
Of course.
All right, yeah. So I mean, usually what I do, right, either from the Powur portal or from the Solo portal, I'm just kind of back and forth, make sure that information matches. Utility, is it Duke or is it Tampa? I believe it's Duke, right? Duke.
Yeah.
Current rate plan, load management. Let's just do load management. Residential. Estimated, just do 3.9 annual. What's the annual usage? We're kind of guesstimating on this, yeah. So what do we put for annual usage, Bill?
We have.
So with this, you can either do annual or monthly. We're just gonna do annual here, but you can break it down monthly.
17,400. 17,400.
17,400. Okay. Save and continue. So boom, energy usage details. Easy enough. System design. This is where it gets a little spicy. Little intimidating at first, but once you do it 4 or 5 times, it's actually really, really easy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go right here. I'm gonna scroll to page 2 of the proposal, and all the information we need is right here. So we're using handwall QCell 350s, and we're doing 39 of them, right? So model manufacturer, handwall, module 350. This is, oh no, so these are the black ones. These are the black on whites. And then how many panels was it? 39?
39.
39. Boom. Easy enough. Okay. Inverter. It is, what's the inverter?
Phase IQ8 plus.
Yeah.
Phase IQ8s. IQ8 plus. Those are probably too beefy for the hand wall. So let's do the IQ8As. It automatically fills in that it's going to be 39 IQ8s. Racking module is Unirack. A lot of this is kind of just follow this, right? Phase Energy Inc. is obviously the monitoring. It wonnt be SolarEdge. If you pick a SolarEdge inverter, then it'll show the monitoring will be handled by SolarEdge. Honestly, I don't know what the differences are between these. I just picked the first one and no one's yelled at me yet. This is usually if you do a SolarEdge, we do optimizers with our SolarEdge. So that's where you want to, mark that we do optimizers. Okay. Shade study, tilt, azimuth, and solar availability. Once again, all the information is right here. That information is right here where we click show details. So azimuth is 125, tilt is 30, shade is 14%. So we've got to subtract that from 100, meaning it's 86 is what we're going to put in. So 125, 30, and 86. 30, 125, 86. That's it. Easy enough. If there's more I mean, like in this situation, there's 2 more arrays. So yeah, let's say we put 10 here, 10 here, and 15 here, then yeah, we'd have to add additional array and fill out everything in right here.
Okay.
Yeah. But for this one, it's straightforward install. We're just going to blast that whole side of the roof. So we're just filling in that information right there. Boom. So this design is actually done. This is actually a really straightforward design. So it's done. It's good to go. So we're going to save this. So now if you look right here, this is already saved. So I forgot to ask, were we doing a battery on this?
Yes.
Okay. So let's add a battery. This is where it gets funky as well. System add-on, battery, add, equipment manufacturer, end phase, equipment model, it is 3.36 every time. And then boom, boom, boom. So right here, the system controller is always 1. Okay, now what size battery are we doing? Are we doing 3, 10, 20, 30? What size are we doing? Rich?
I think we talked about the 10, didn't we?
Well,
Okay.
we on the design, we have a 3.
A 3?
You decided you just wanted to, and this is our previous conversation. If you want to upgrade it, that's totally up to you. We did
If 3 is
before.
what we
it's
talked
a
about,
3.
let's just do the 3.
3 will be your kind of day backup.
Yeah.
It won't really give you any night backup. It'll give you some, but like a 10 will give you a lot more. So it's up to you. The 10 is like 5-6 grand more, completely up to you. But okay, let's look at the 3. So that means, because these are 3.36, that means we're going to do 1 of these and 4 of these. I don't know why. That's just the math. That's what I've been told.
Explain that a little bit so we know
Yeah,
how you're
go
doing
into
that.
depth. Go into depth as to what it is. So 3 kilowatt, I can tell you this much. So 3 kilowatt is this, right? That's because every the batteries are based on how many inverters. The 10 kilowatt has 3 of these. The base model, the $9,000 model, has only 1 of these. So that's what that is. As far as these, I don't know. This is something about battery inverter. I don't know. But
So how would you
1
know?
to every 4.
Okay, 1 every 4. Okay.
So if it's a 10 kilowatt, then this would be 3 by 12. If it was a 20 kilowatt, this would be 6 by 24.
Okay.
That's all I know. I don't really know the why. I just know what I've been told. And sometimes even this might get pushed back. But anyway, so you're going to see right here in the left side, we have system design that is all solar, let's say. But now we're overriding it with solar and backup. So now shows this right here. Here's all the info, battery manufacturer. So we're using battery backup and battery quantity, and it's showing our system size right here. Now we're gonna do loan storage. What's great about Sunnova is their loan storage, their 25-year is 0.0, which is insane. If you're doing a loan storage, you need to do a minimum of a 3.36. I've tried this with just the backup. You know how you can do IQ8s with backup?
Mhm.
It will not give you the 0% option. You have to have at least a 3 kilowatt battery, which at that point, it's like 2 grand more. You might as well give them 3 kilowatt as well. So what I do is dealer EPC per watt. Okay, so you can see what I did. Lease or loan, I did loan. Term length 10 or 25, I did 25. APR, you want to pick 0. PV pricing method, dealer EPC per watt. This is the customer price is, if you already know the dealer fees. I don't know the dealer fees off the top of my head. And so we can use a solo proposal to factor in what the dealer EPC per watt is. How we can figure that out is we can either switch this to cash, or what I'll show you kind of a more complicated way, because I want to keep the sunlight financing in there. But so you're going to take the 3.61, and you're going to minus the current dealer fees of sunlight, right, which is 0.91. That's giving us you can't even see my face, huh? I'm all showing the screen. All right, guys, this gives us 2.7. So anyways, that number is 2.7 or 2.70 per watt. Okay. It's gonna get a little funky though. So let's go ahead and fill this in right here. 2.70. Okay. Rebate, no rebate. Escalator, no escalator. Down payment, no down
So
payment.
all we're
tax,
doing
no
there is we're
tax.
taking the total price minusing the financing fees, and that's what we're
It's
doing, right?
essentially the cash price. Yeah.
Dealer
So
fees,
essentially the cash price is 270. I could
Gotcha.
just go in there and switch it to cash real quick and then spit out 270.
Gotcha.
That's
Okay,
fine. Yeah. So anyway, so yeah, price is 270. But here's where it gets a little funky, because it wants us to add on how much the battery costs. Now, if we put in, let's say it's 9,500, and we click run pricing, we're going to get an error right now. I don't know why. They only give us a budget of $2,100 to run with a battery. We're going to see, we just got the error. So above max of $2,100. So what I'm going to do where it gets a little funky. I'm going to fill in $2,100. And then I am going to take, what is the system size? 13,650. 13,650. This is where some of the nerdy math comes in. So I'm going to take 2,100 divided by 13,650. That's me finding out kind of what the adder is for the $2,100, which is about 15 and a half, let's say 16 cents. So now I'm going to take 2.7 and minus it by 0.16. So now 2.54. So the price will be 2.54 with the battery costing $2,100. There's another.
Can you pull up a Word doc or something and show the math that you just did?
Yeah. I'll just do like a Google Drive real quick or something.
That works.
Finances. Haha. I'll show you guys my 2017 or 2019 finances. I never did it. All right. So we're at 2.7, right?
Yeah.
Was the total price. What's the system size? 13,650.
13,650. Yeah.
Okay. Easy way would be just equal 39 times 350, right? 13,650. So that's our price per watt, right? With the battery factored in. They only give us a budget of $2,100 to factor in a battery. So I did was $2,100 divided by the system size, giving us 15 and some change, right? That's, think of that as dollars. So it's 0.15. So it's about 15 and a half cents. Rounded up to 15.4, but 15 and a half cents. So what I did was I put in the battery adder, or the cost is 2,100 underneath Sunnova. And then I took 2.7 minus the 0.155, or yeah, 155. What did I do? 2.55, whatever. So now that is the cost that I'm going to say is costing our solar. And then we're telling Sunnova that the cost of the battery is 2,100. Even though we know it's not. I don't know why they only give us a budget of 2,100 when it costs 9 to 15 grand for a battery. That's just what they do. I don't know if you have to put in a battery cost. I don't know. I haven't tried it. But I've been putting in a battery cost with all my deals. Yeah, does that make sense? Yeah. So they just give us a budget of 2,100. So I'm just trying to factor in, and I'm not trying to screw over Rich and add, half a penny to the job more than it needs to be.
Sure.
But obviously I want there to be, because on another note, they also give us a budget of what we can finance for solar and what we can finance for battery. So I don't want to exceed the solar budget by fluffing it with $7,000 of adder or $9,000 of adder for battery. So if that makes sense. So now I run pricing. I shouldn't get an error because our price per watt on the system, the 2.54, is within kind of our allowance, and then the battery is at that 2,100. So now we're sitting at total EPC price 51,000. The actual cost is 36, so that means the finance charge is about 15. Given it about $51,000 is the total finance. So that's what Rich would then finance is 51,000 and some change, 52. Finance charge 0%, APR 0%. Monthly Sunnova payments 129. Let's call it 130, giving it a solar rate of a 13 kilowatt plus battery at 8 cents per kilowatt hour. That is insane if you know anything about solar. Now that's system plus battery. Go ahead.
So we kind of were talking right before we got on the call with you. Richard, you correct me if I'm wrong. Do you want the 0% option, or would you rather have the 3.99% option where there's a lot lower dealer fee?
So with doing a 3.99%, you get 18 months interest free, but there's a lot lower dealer fee as well on it. Your payment might be a little bit high. It will be higher, but your dealer fee is lower.
Correct.
How does that?
Well, just to compare and contrast. So the Sunlight at their best interest is 157, and Sunnova with their option it's 130.
Okay.
Literally almost $20 cheaper going with the Sunnova 0% interest.
$20 cheaper.
Okay. Yeah, she'd rather be $20 cheaper, so we go with what the boss wants.
A lot of people choose that one. Don't worry.
So,
Choose between what the boss wants.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that too.
Yeah.
meaning $20 less per month versus having the 10 grand less per dealer fee, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which the dealer
just
fee,
clarifying
the
with
dealer
them.
fee is a little bit higher. but it's about $2,000 more. But you know, saving $20 a month, you know, within 10 years, then it pays for itself.
Yeah.
I just meant dealer fee compared to the Sunnova 3.99 versus the 0% was all.
Gotcha.
Not versus Good Leap.
So we can add this to the save list. We can, I believe there's a way to clone this. Hold on.
New Benadryl, 'cause I think that-
General quote. On storage.
no, I think it should-
We can even do up to $599. Everything else should stay the same. And then Sunnova will factor in, you know, their finance fees and things like that. So it went from 129, so 51, about 51,782 to 42,504. So about $9,000 cheaper, but 168 versus the, what was it, 129 or so?
So yeah, $30, $30
40
cheaper
bucks
per
more
month.
per month,
Yeah.
but $9,000 cheaper on the total loan.
$9,000 cheaper going which way? Sunnova?
So yeah, go ahead.
Good. No, so the lenders, what they do when they adjust the interest rate is you're essentially buying down the interest rate.
Right.
And so if you did a 3.99% APR, then the total amount is only about 42. If you look right here, dealer EPC,
Right.
36. This is the cash price, right? So 36 is the cash price. So with it being a 3.9% interest, 4% interest, the fees or the bank fees on the back end is only about $6,000.
Right.
It is just right about $6,000 or so. So meaning that your total finance amount is 42.5. With this option, because it's 0% interest, you're essentially buying down the interest to zero, but the total loan amount is, you know,
Gotcha.
$10,000 more. So that's how they do it, right? It's not out of the kindness of their heart. It doesn't really matter about your credit score. They're gonna make their money, right? Regardless, they're gonna make their money. But it kind of depends on, you know, how do you and Mama want to attack this? Are you guys planning on, you know, just writing out the monthly? If so, then yeah, do the 0% interest. But also that means any you know excess that you guys put towards principal will go towards principal, right? But on the other end, if you guys are like, hey, we want to pay this puppy off in 6 to 7 years, so interest rate doesn't really matter, then that's where, you know, the 3.99 might be a better option.
Okay.
Because
So this
obviously
one,
the total loan amount is less.
yeah. So this one you're showing me here is 0% interest. This is Sunnova. The total cost is 51,000. Okay. Your monthly payments is 129. Okay.
Okay,
Does that make sense?
instead of the 159.
And then scroll up, show the other one. So then the other one's almost 170, 169. Your total is 42,000. The cash price 36. So the difference is $6,000 in interest you're paying.
No, not in interest and bank fees.
Or
like think of it closing costs.
Yeah, closing costs basically is what it is.
So if we do the 0%
So
financing, we're paying an extra 10,000.
Correct.
Yes, the closing costs are 10,000 more because so with these lenders, with either of these options, there's no prepayment penalty. You guys can pay this off day one if you wanted to, right?
I know, but the 0%, we would have to pay the 10,000 more to pay it off.
Right.
Correct.
Yes.
And so that's where the conversation takes place. Are you guys planning on writing out the full 25-year term? Or so, and just so you guys know, obviously, because you guys are Rich works with us, we're upfront and showing you kind of the back end mumbo jumbo. If you guys were just a customer, we'd show you the 129 and we'd be signing right now, you know.
Right.
But obviously, you guys want to have deeper conversations about your goals, and we want you guys to be happy and believe in what you signed. So with that, are you guys planning on paying this off anytime soon? Right? You want to bum rush it with payments. Obviously, there's benefits to both. Benefits with 0% interest. That means anything additional to principal is going straight to principal instead of it being interest out. But then also the benefit of this is it's less to pay off.
I would rather have less to pay off because doing money to bring down the points. All that is doing is putting money into someone else's pocket, not ours.
The banks. Yep.
Yep,
Yeah, I'm not for that.
yeah,
That's
So
how
we
we
could
do
do
car dealerships, and I know.
same exact thing.
yeah. Yeah,
Because
so
they'll
that's
even
why
go up
we're,
to 599, where it may be closer to that 36,000 that you're financing. The interest rate's a little uglier, and the monthly's a little uglier. But if you guys plan on just bum rushing it over the next 5 or 7 years, because that 36, I mean, that's not even a new truck right now. That's a used 2015 truck, right? What's the payment on that? $450, $500.
Right.
It's paid off in 5 to 7 years.
right,
Yeah.
So.
Yep, the main decision is just, do you want to pay it off quick, or do you just want to drag it over the 25
I want
years?
to pay it off quick.
we want
So
to pay it off quick, yeah.
Hold on.
And what was that showing as our?
Oh, no, wrong button.
3.9.
I'm clicking the wrong button.
Yeah, it would be the 160 plus what?
I don't remember.
All right, move.
Here, get up.
So we can even do this. So we switch it to, it's not even worth it.
Yeah.
No. The 3.99.
It's Goldilocks, right? It's right in the middle.
Yeah,
So basically the
The sweet spot right
0%, you're just paying down your points.
Yeah, you're buying down the interest rate, and I
Like a
mean most
mortgage loan.
customers. Yeah, most customers, we're not having this. We're not letting them see this end of it.
No,
And,
and a
you know,
lot of
we're just-
people don't realize that, and they just
Mhm.
think, oh, great, I'm doing 0%. I have the lower monthly payment, but they don't realize on the back end, they're still paying a higher amount.
Yep. Yeah, and then I'm not going to do it now, but how you would run credit, Bo, this is for your recording. You'd go right here to credit verification. You'd pick the lead person, and this in this situation, it's Judith. You see which credit's not run. Either you can email a verification, or you can run credit right here, where you could just run enter birthday, enter social, click run credit verification. Now it'll pull up a Docusign. If you email it, it'll email you a Docusign first, and then you would sign off on it, or the rep would sign off on it first. If you did it in person, it'd pop up on my iPad here to sign, and then it would pass over for Judith to sign off on.